All right, guys, you're welcome to the Talking Point Show on Elegbeted TV and Elegbeted TV Radio. I feel very, very delighted to always be on your screen and in your ear, talking sports and responding to your questions and giving my opinion about things. Like I always say, the fact that I give my opinion does not mean I am the one that is always correct. I just, feel like I'm having fun with my friends, and you guys are my friends, family, and fans. So let's set the ground running. My name is Idafi Matthew S. Yogane. You love to call me the Elevator One of Sports. And you know how it is. Before I go, I always have something to say, something different, something that is away from sports. But before I bring up that one, let me. The other day I talked about how we should behave around police, this whole SARS thing that is going on. People say this is what how I was raised growing up, and it's kind of like what I see when I watch this cartoon Bugs Bunny. It is not every time that you would have the capacity to break through a wall. Sometimes when there's a wall in front of you, you have to find a way around it. The wall will still be there. You either have to scale it or go a longer route and pass it. Now, when I said that thing about how to behave around police, show them a little bit of respect, forget about all this protesting, stop having negative, stubborn attitude around police, especially SARS. These guys have guns. You don't have anything. They'll kill you, and then the only thing that people will talk about is social media complaint, but you're gone. And that's not fair, to your parents, to people who love you, so some people who look up to you, whom you are breadwinners to, their life will change forever. So you have to behave yourself well. And some people were on social media saying I was insensitive, I shouldn't say that, it is good to fight SARS, it's good to protest, it's good to do that. Now, this is something that came up on Twitter that you would need to see. Sheyi Perez, at Sheyi Perez, the first tweet, he said, I was traveling from Abuja to Lagos last year. I was in a car with a soldier who was on some days off. We were stopped at a checkpoint, and the reasons for the stop was annoying to some of us in the car. To the extent the mobile officers delayed us for 45 minutes. That's part one of the tweet. And he went further to say this. And he went further to say, all this while, the soldier was calm, saying that the rest of us were not helping matters. He got down, spoke with the mopos, and after 10 minutes, we were allowed to go. He entered the car and told us, never in your life argue with a person that carries gun, not to mention in the midnight. Now, this tweet helped to buttress my point. See, my mama go always tell me, say, if you dey follow and dey drag, if he shoots you, he can't talk say you be thief. Person wey die go fit come out come talk say you no thief. Even if people say, no, the boy not be thief, not be thief, not be thief. But for the record, you don't die. And they're not go fit hold am, kill am. I just say, we don't sack him, we don't drive back come up for police, so he dey alive, but you don't die. So that's one of the reasons why I keep saying that. When it comes to this police matter, first of all, this not the country where we say we get law and order. America, where the headquarters of democracy, rule of law, that they keep people anyhow. At the end of the day, the hashtag Black Lives Matters, neither they talk about them. You don't want to be that. Truth. Yes, SARS, get the way that they behave, we agree. But if you also behave yourself well, you can also avoid some of this problem. So, but we'll start the show the way it be. Like yesterday, I remember I predicted say Man City will win Real Madrid, and the match between Barcelona and what's it called? Is it Barcelona that played? No, Juventus and Leon. It could go either way, but we'll see how it goes. So let's hit the ground running today and start the show the way I normally would love to start it. And today, I want to take a cue from Tyler Perry. As we go through life, we could learn the habit of holding somebody's hand up. When I grow up, for instance, you get some people from my area, Elaine Onokitif, now one of them, Mr. Tisha Peniki, now one of them. They know say, okay, but like say I sharp, but you get some kind of area where we say I for dull. So they will spend like 1 hour of the day trying to teach me in that area where I for dull. And now those small things, so what they do for me, now I can help me, so say I can catch it. I not be the best, I not be Albert Einstein, but I think say those small things where they help me do so, it helped me become a better person. It saved me from crime, it saved me from so many things, because now then direct my attention. Tell me, say, anytime I did bored, make I can't take book for the house. And then teach me how to read book, where I can fall in love with book. Where we say any money I get, that's also book I use and they buy. So you can also do the same thing. Give somebody a helping hand. Sometimes try to lift somebody where we say it day for, so that they will get up. Now more start the show the way it be. Make it for no loss. First person on the show today, Now, our friend and our little brother, yes, the one I promised Inter Milan jersey. I hope say when he come back from Futa, I go feel give him that jersey. He don't do school. Timothy Dembo, Alpha.
Hello, Elegbete TV. How you not dey? Yes, nice job that you guys have been doing. And this na Timothy Dembo. Current location is Futa in Akure. Yes, so I want to ask something, and it's about Juventus and Sarri. Looking at it for me, I feel Mauricio Sarri is not even worth the standard of Juventus, and having to replace Massimiliano Allegri with Sarri is an offense to me. So I want to ask the Elegbete one of sports that do you feel Sarri is not worth the standard of Juventus, or it is just that maybe Juventus have thrived enough in maybe probably the Serie A, and maybe they've done well recently in the Champions League, and probably they are declining a little, or it is the problem with the coach. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Timothy Dembo. Your question did right, but I not go really agree. It's just that a lot of people where they follow football for Nigeria, they hooked up to anything with the English press talk. So if English press talk say you no good, they most likely go just jump on the bandwagon. Then they use what they call cognitive reasoning, like you think on your own and think this thing where you they agree to. So now I make for Nigeria it is easy for fake pastors to they manipulate people, because once they talk something, you go see people, even all those people they claim feminists, for instance, when they tell you say they're not going to kneel down for man, they're not going to do this, you go see them when they see their pastor they shout daddy daddy daddy, they go ready to kneel down for God, even wear dirty bib. I'm just giving an example now. If you look Sarri well, you cannot say Sarri not failure. That I want. Massimiliano Allegri take over from Antonio Conte at Juventus. At that time, Antonio Conte don't build the team on the eye. That team was going up. And then he take them up. I think he played in 2 Champions League finals and lost. Won the league titles and all that. At the same time, the rest of the Italian league, apart from Sarri's Napoli, the rest, they struggle, wumble and fumble. Then Massimiliano Allegri come out. Antonio Conte come England first, win the league, and then the next season he come out. As he come out, at that point in time, when you remove Massimiliano Allegri and Antonio Conte, where Juventus not fit get again, Sarri was the best Italian coach available, and then they went for him. Now, getting Sarri is coming into a new club. The thing with that Juventus where Sarri take over from, people they make the mistake of thinking now the old Juventus. No, that Juventus have lost Pogba, have lost Pello, have lost a lot of players, and then some other ones where they don't the old. People like the Chiellini, no, they play regularly again. They don't the old. Buffon don't come up for the team. This is a new team. They bring in Cristiano Ronaldo. With Cristiano Ronaldo a very special kind of player where we say, apart from all of the good when they bring, Cristiano Ronaldo will make you adjust your tactics as a coach. All of the things you believe as a coach. You get to adjust them to suit his style, to create that opening, that space when he go always run into, and you go tell players like, okay, not play to your strength anymore, play to the strength of Cristiano Ronaldo. And not every player like, and not forget, say, in the last 10, 20 years, I mean, since Alessandro Del Piero come up for Juventus, Juventus never really gets a player where we say all balls to him. Everybody they play collectively for the good of the team. So for the very first time they have a Cristiano Ronaldo. What happened? Last season they won the league, whether you like it or not. Now, as Sarri don't come, so they're still there on top of the league. And in this season, Inter Milan don't reinforce their team. Also employ a coach who be saying a specialist in winning domestic league. I'm talking about Antonio Conte. He did also to win the league, but in all of this struggle, he still did top. Now going to Lyon to lose 1-0 in a 2-legged game in the Champions League with a return leg at home still available and still there to win. If you look at that game against Lyon, yeah, you know, Lyon hit the bar, score 1 goal. But look at the go back to the game again. You see, say Juventus actually create enough chance to win the game. Cristiano Ronaldo on the right, lifted the ball in. Lyon just defended with their life. You know, like their life depend on it. And that's the way it is. When you're playing against a team where you get Cristiano Ronaldo, the center of the world, you're playing in the center of the world, you just want to do your best because you know that there are more cameras on you, there's more focus on you, and then your market could sell. Like just the way it be. It's like Niger Tornadoes beating Rangers and Enyimba in the Nigerian Professional Football League to raise up themselves from the relegation battle. So I wouldn't say Sarri ball is bad. Look at the squad they fielded. Cristiano Ronaldo starting, Paulo Dybala, Juan Cuadrado, Adrian Rabiot. Adrian Rabiot not they create as much as possible. Miralem Pjanic not really did the form we used to do where we take Noah, especially for Roma. And then Rodrigo Bentancur, I bet they call him. And then you get Alex Sandro, Bonucci, Matis Delige, where they break your head, they injure your head, and then Danilo. Look at these players. Was there Szczesny? Szczesny is okay, it's pretty decent. You notice that this team not be, you can't compare this team with Allegri's team or Conte's team. So I think they should give him time. And these days, people too they impatient. A coach just comes into a season, a team for one season, and everybody expect them to just perform magic, work wonders. Now, what team make Barcelona go sack Ernesto Valverde? Now, whether they did better or they know they better, we don't really know. So I think Sarri ball might not be as entertaining and as fluid as that of Allegri or Conte, but the thing is, they achieve results. So I can't say losing 1-0 away from home. Juventus they lose before, so it's not as if Massimo Allegri win on the Champions League or he not lose. He lose, so I can't call that bad anyway. Until they get knocked out, if they knock them out for home. Last season, not be Ajax come out this same Juventus for their home ground. So I can't sit here and just say, oh, they're not good enough. I think they are good. Sarri is good. He's doing a good job. People should just be patient with him. Let's go to the next caller.
My name is Yomichenko and I'm speaking from Sokoto State. What I just want to ask is about yesterday's match, about people complaining about that. The reason Juventus lost was due to the fact that Juventus players are average players. The likes of Dybala, the likes of Chiellini, the likes of Cuadrado and the rest. Yeah, saying they're average players. That it is Ronaldo that is lifting them up. So I just want to ask, is Juventus weighing Ronaldo down? Are Juventus losing because they are not playing for Ronaldo? Should Ronaldo be excluded from Juventus because they are losing? That is my question.
Yamishenko all the way from Sokoto. What did they look for Sokoto? You need to look for Sokoto inside your Sokoto. That's all one line that I grew up with. This your question. Most times, I think in this era of banter, football analysis, it not can get value again because people are more focused on banter. And in my worry boy mind, talking rubbish, as in mumu talk. That's the way I put it. And this is not me cussing. This is me just saying it the way it is. How can you say Juventus the way Ronaldo done? Ronaldo is over 30. You don't expect Ronaldo to play the way they play for Real Madrid again. He career they wind down. Just the same way Messi is no longer that guy that have burst of pace, that take 5, 6, 7 players on and go and score a goal. His game would depreciate. Ronaldo has also adjusted his game to fit his age and his current pace, and is more of a box player than the guy he used to be. Teams go through patches where they struggle. Ronaldo, people talk about Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. Ronaldo have scored 11 consecutive goals. The record in Serie A. So, Sarri ball no good, Sarri ball no good. Please, can somebody remind me the last time Cristiano Ronaldo scored in 11 consecutive games, non-stop? So, when you say Sarri ball or Ronaldo big basket, Juventus or Juventus away and that, Ronaldo almost was the highest goal scorer last season at his age. How many players at that age they do that? Ronaldo this season is also battling for the highest goal scorer. Ronaldo last season was the best player in Italian Serie A. So if you say Juventus the way and that, I don't really understand. It's not supposed to even be conversation with somebody like me because I think I am too advanced in football to have a conversation like that. But because this is a talking point show, we need to talk about it. I don't think say Juventus the way I'm done. Juventus is not a league where people score 90 goals. Italian league is not a league where people score 19 goals. Juventus is the bad luck team of the Champions League. Go and check history. No team have lost a Champions League finals more than Juventus. Juventus have only one Champions League title. They've played in a couple of finals and have lost. So the Champions League is not one of their sweetest suits. So if they don't do well, no problem. So let me use a parallel to analyze this. because Lyon beat Juventus 1-0, all of a sudden, Juventus is not a good team. Sarri is a bad coach. So let's flip the script a little bit. Can we also say Liverpool and Klopp? Liverpool is not good enough. Klopp is a bad coach because they are unbeaten in the English Premier League, but they went to struggling Atletico Madrid and lost 1-0 away from home. But when they lose that game, people say if they come to Anfield, they go kill Atletico Madrid. Why are people not saying if they go to the Juventus Stadium in Turin that Juventus go beat Lyon? Why are people not saying that? You know why? Because somebody somewhere don't plant this hatred for Sarri. So anytime they see Sarri, Sarri can even win. It's when Sarri win, I've seen somebody said before that when Sarri win, when Juventus win match, they say no, not be Sarri tactics, so now the coach. Now the coach, now the players, now they raise the game, now they raise themselves to win the game. Just like when Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League for Chelsea, everybody said, now the players win. Okay, who selects the players on match day? What if he select the wrong set of players? Some people just have a way of twisting conversation to suit either their bias, their sentiment, their hatred, and their beef. Some people can't just stand certain kind of people. People hate a Sarri who smokes because recently coaches no longer smoke. Unfortunately, newsflash, I grew up in an era where coaches smoke. From Vesterhoff to Arrigo to all of the coaches, they used to smoke. And it wasn't a big deal. So if the laws have changed and people think that, oh, Sarri is stubborn. Sarri is old school and you're not going to force the man to do the things you like. The fact that a Sarri still gets job at top level from Napoli to Chelsea, Chelsea to Juventus means that he's doing something. Let's not forget, all of these people that are having opinions, some of them are jobless, some of them have not been able to put a consortium together that manage 5, 10 or 15 people. If the people who make strong decisions at Chelsea, at Napoli, at at Juventus, think that Sarri is the man, well, I think I want to go with those people because these are people who have proven that they are tried and trusted. They've been able to manage business and run it very well, and they are entrusting their business in the hands of a man who they think can do it well. Another thing you should look at, this man have been able to bring in a squad. There's Higuain in that squad. There is Juan Cuadrado. There's Dybala. There is Cristiano Ronaldo. And we have not heard that there is issues. There were times where he was substituting Cristiano Ronaldo and he came back again, rallied the squad together, they are playing together again. One of the things you look at for a manager is his ability to manage his dressing room. Sarri has managed this dressing room fantastically well. People want him to play like Pep. When he plays like Pep now, the same people who are insulting Pep will come again and say something. Look at Pep yesterday, for instance. Tactically masterminded a win in Madrid. You know what? Some people, Joe Hart led a group of people who started saying that if they play the way they normally play, they would have beaten Real Madrid by more goals. That's it. Some people, once they just have beef or hatred for you, they start saying rubbish. Their mind goes into overdrive like something, computer with virus don't corrupt. They begin to talk things without thinking. Nobody is not talking about how Pep Guardiola was able to mastermind a selection. Instead of playing Kun Aguero that everybody expected, he chose to play Gabriel Jesus and decided that Gabriel Jesus should not play at the top striker. He's a number 9, no, but should play as a wing back. The same tactics that Jose Mourinho used Inter Milan to beat Pep Guardiola while he was at Barcelona. That's exactly the same tactics he deployed yesterday. And you saw, Gabriel Jesus tracking back all the time, making sure he cut off that overlapping fullback that was going to help bring supply to the attack of Real Madrid. My point here is, when we go out there and we want to criticize people, we should do it from a position of objectivity, not from a position of, I hate this man. My mom will say, even if you don't like person, make you like a truth, because the truth will help you. In other words, let me give you a good example. You hate me, and then I see that your house or your car is on fire, and I come to you and I tell you, your car is on fire or your car is on fire, and it's within a point where you can redeem it. But because you hate me, you say, shut up there, I don't want to listen to you. Truth is, your car go burn. Not my car. Your car go burn. Your hatred for me will make you lose a car. When I go to drive the pass for rainy day, I will splash water for your body. Now you cause not be me cause. Well, that's the way it is. Let me move on to the next call.
Hello, ELEGBETETV radio show. God bless you for what you are doing. It is me again, Matthias Jacob. Korodu is the location as at now, from Lagos State. My own takes on today's show concerning the Fury Wider WBC fight that was concluded on Sunday. Now, Tyson Fury is the undisputed heavyweight of the world champion now. I know the bet he has now is more powerful than the one AJ have. The world is waiting for AJ and Deontay Wilder to fight, but now it's not Tyson Fury. I'm scared of that guy because what he did to Vladimir Klitschko is one that laid the foundation of that disruption before AJ come and finish him and send him to retirement. Do you think AJ have a chance of winning against Tyson Fury? Because that Fury I see on Sunday, he was Fury against Wilder. If they left that bout to go to sell a 12th round, I know maybe the guy will be on 1 month admission. Even that 7th round was taken to hospital for some things. Please, I want your opinion on it. If AJ still have any chance of challenging Fury and probably collect the belt from Tyson Fury.
All right, Mr. Matthias, has somebody called you in your office then? What would they honest here? What would they fair? When would they bring out all this position? I know that because Fury just win Deontay Wilder, all of us now believe say Fury now a god. Yes, Fury is a good boxer. No, not taking anything away from him. But statistics show that a larger percentage of the people who bet for that fight with Deontay Wilder puts their bet on Deontay Wilder to win. So it means that the whole world not really believe in Tyson Fury like that. Yeah, now it looks like Tyson Fury is the god of boxing. It's everything that there is about boxing. I don't know where you forget your facts from or your information from. I'm not the key expert in boxing to say now Tyson Fury get the best bet. The last time I checked, there are 4 bets in the hands of my Anthony Joshua. Now only one 9 day with Tyson Fury. So may you calm down. Well, they go meet. When they meet, Anthony Joshua in the last 3 or 4 fights don't show that he's a man of many styles. It's not like a Deontay Wilder who just believes in his right. It's heavy punch from his right hook. It's shown that he can keep you at arm's length and tire you out. It's shown that he can come close to you and knock you out. It's shown also that he can slug. So the style of his fighting, I agree. Tyson Fury is a more experienced fighter, is more mature fighter, and can give you problem. We're now also in the era of 6-pack does not necessarily mean you will win. We've seen Andy Ruiz with pot belly beat Anthony Joshua. We've also seen Tyson Fury with pot belly or semi-pack beat Deontay Wilder. On the day of the fight, the way they look at boxing, boxing be like football too. Now, what the goalkeeper see, now he go catch. The day where goalkeeper go, they catch all those balls. They say, oh, this goalkeeper too good, he too good. When Man City first started the attack Real Madrid, all those chances we Gabriel Jesus get, goalkeeper save him, abi, Thibaut Courtois save him. But when that ball, that header come into it for the equalizer, goalkeeper not see him again. He not fit do anything. They just raise hand up, they find VAR, we go rescue them. That's how it be. If Anthony Joshua fight Fury, and Anthony Joshua punch land well before Fury fit throw him own, like he go win the fight. If Fury also fit first throw him own, that punch will take bust the ear of Deontay Wilder. Just imagine see Deontay Wilder block him, then Deontay Wilder come hammer around with right for his nose or for his face. The story for the different. Now so boxing be. Boxing is apart from tactics and style and ability, it's also a game of chance. There is always a window of chance where you just get one thing right, a stroke of luck, the punch just land in the right spot of the opponent's body and then things change. How many times do we watch boxing and somebody eardrum go bust? I mean, not too many times. We don't see eye cut, we don't see swollen lip, but not too many times do we see eardrum bust. My point is, until they fight, I cannot sit here on this seat of knowledge and tell you that because I'm sitting on the seat of knowledge, I'll tell you that, oh, I am God. No, I can't play God. Anthony Joshua fit to win and Tyson Fury fit to win. But for boxing, that is one of the best fights that can happen, because these two people now, it go make money come for the fight. Nobody can just say Tyson Fury will win or Anthony Joshua will win, and that's what you want to see in a boxing bout. Not be all those one-sided fights where you go see Mike Tyson, they fight this person, you know, say Mike Tyson go win, you know, go even last 2 minutes, you know. This one, now fight to be say it will go down well. Some of the people where Tyson Fury don't beat, Joshua don't beat them too. Some of the people where Joshua don't beat, Tyson Fury don't beat them too. Well, let's see how it goes. Anyone, I always say, in boxing, may the best man win.
Yeah. What a wonderful program on Elevated TV and radio to make a comment on. My name is Rume, calling from Olokonla, Lagos. The 2019-2020 Champions League first leg of the second round just ended yesterday, though we still have the return legs to play. But with the first round of games that have ended, Mr. Elegbete, can you start narrowing the teams that will get to the semis and possibly the team that will take the finals? Thank you.
Rume, this one where you want to put me, so you want to put me on the spot. The kind of spot where the day where I used to be in Brilliant FM. I'm not sure, say, okay, one of the teams that will get to the next round is Barcelona will get to the next round. They'll beat Napoli at the Nou Camp. Manchester City will get to the next round. Bayern Munich will get to the next round. They'll beat Chelsea again in the Allianz Arena. Those three are sure. Some other teams that are still hanging on the balance: Liverpool, Atletico Madrid hanging on the balance. Juventus, Lyon hanging on the balance. Which other team again? To get to this final quarterfinals 8, you know, my peak of a team that will get to the finals, and it's shocking to everybody when I say this, is Manchester City. Before now, Manchester City not even did the radar. One of the teams, 2 teams that have picked, like, oh, these 2 teams will get to the finals, or 4 teams that have picked are Liverpool, Barcelona, Juventus, and Bayern Munich. Now, with this ban, I noticed that Pep Guardiola have gone back to the deep end of coaching. Pep Guardiola has never coached a team the way he did against Real Madrid. Not only did he select a team, but you could see the tactical arrangement of that team. First, he flooded the midfield. Secondly, he got a striker to play as a wingback. He most likely abandoned, or it was a fusion of the Pep style, the Johan Cruyff Pep Guardiola style, and a bit of the Jose Mourinho style. It's also only Jose Mourinho that will ask a top striker to track back and be defending. And if you look at the game against Real Madrid, you saw that Gabriel Jesus defended more in that game. As a matter of fact, for me, he was my man of the match. Kevin De Bruyne might not be a guy who dropped to mark. And then when it was time to make his substitution, even though one was enforced, when Laporte got injured and Fernandinho had to come in, when it was time to make his substitution, and it seems like Gabriel Jesus was tiring out and they were losing 1-0, he did not bother. He kept him there because he was the only player in the bench that could play to that instruction. And that instruction, even though they made a mistake and considered a goal, that instruction was working, because if you lose 1-0 to Real Madrid at the Stadio Bernabeu, he felt it was a good one. So he kept him there and then brought in Raheem Sterling. Now, one of the things that I blame Zidane for was Vinicius Jr. was running Kyle Walker out, and he was tired, and he was one mistake away from penalty, one mistake away from red card. But then he left him there, and then at the end of the day, once he removed Vinicius out, Kyle Walker was now free to support the team in midfield and attack going forward. So the teams that I would pick, because of how Hansi Flick has gotten Bayern playing. Bayern are playing some fantastic football. And you know, the good thing about this Bayern play is that they are playing the old school Bruno Metsu style of football. Everybody attack, everybody defend. They are attacking in pack, like a pack of wolves, and also defend in pack. That kind of a team is hard to play against because there is actually nobody stationed in one place to mark. For Juventus, I still think that in the midfield they're a little bit weak, so I don't see them going all the way to go and win it. Sarri is not going to play entertaining football. It's not one of those persons. Sarri just wants to win games. He would win at home and most likely get to the next stage. And then with Cristiano Ronaldo on your team, it is almost impossible to bet against Cristiano Ronaldo, because even when the tactics are not right, Cristiano Ronaldo will work his magic and things would happen. So that one makes me put Cristiano Ronaldo and Juventus in the mix, maybe for the quarterfinals or so. But with Liverpool, Atletico Madrid are in a place where they want to be. Atletico Madrid is not a team that wants to beat you 5-0, 6-0, 4-0, 3-0 and all that. Atletico Madrid is like the old Jose Mourinho team. They can score you 1-0 in the first minute of the game and defend it to the end. So they are a team that Liverpool needs to watch out for if they can get it right. You know, one thing I like about football is most of the teams that win championship, as they progress, you start seeing some strong tactical input from the coach and adherence to that tactics from the players. I saw that with Atletico Madrid. I saw that with Bayern Munich. I saw that with Manchester City. Those kind of teams, if they can keep their heads up and put that performance consistently, those are the kind of things that win you championship. And for now, those three teams, Atletico Madrid, Manchester City, and I think Bayern Munich, are teams that I'll pick well for the semi-finals, and then anybody can join them. And most likely, Barcelona or any other team anyway will join them. But I think Man City might win this season's Champions League. They don't look like the best team, but they might win this season's Champions League. They get past Real Madrid, their energy will be boosted. Forget whether Real Madrid is playing well or not. They are Real Madrid. They are 13 times Champions League winners. They've not been playing well, they've been winning Champions League. So that's not an excuse. If they get past Real Madrid, they'll be boosted. The next round, whoever comes their way, they will be ready to play. If they play well to a disciplined structure and system, there's no team in the Champions League right now that will trouble this Man City apart from Bayern Munich. If they can avoid Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals and semi-finals, this Man City team can beat any other team in the competition. Maybe Liverpool, if Liverpool survive Atletico Madrid, maybe Liverpool will be difficult for them to play, because Pep Guardiola has also shown that in the Champions League, it's very difficult for him to play against English team, even when he was in Bayern and in Barcelona. I just hope that he gets it right, unless it is Arsenal. Unfortunately, Arsenal are not playing in the Champions League this time around. I hope I've done justice to your question. I know you wanted me to predict completely. I can't predict completely, but that's my position on it. And I want to say a very big thank you to my producer. Yes. Without him, this show, I'm just here sitting talking. Without him, all of the fun that you enjoy in this show would not be there. I'm talking about McDonald Chukwuemeka Porocha. Thank you very much, and Elegbete TV radio crew for making this possible, as well as every one of you in the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much for joining and for contributing to the show. Don't forget what I said at the top of the show. Lend a hand to somebody. Give somebody a hand. If you're very good with mathematics, find maybe 1 hour, look for one kid in your neighborhood and inspire them to do better. If you're very good in writing, if you're very good in presentation, if you're very good at talking, anything you can. I mean, it's the reason why I volunteer at EcoBeat, and I go there to mentor young people. It's not because I don't have anything to do with my time, but it's something that I love. So I think you could also do the same thing, because we keep saying that Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. We also have a role to play. If we keep inspiring people to be better as they are young, when they grow up, they become better adults. And nothing helps a nation better than young men, young women who are grown properly to become better adults. It ends up to become a better part of the nation. This is where I live. My name is Edafe Matthew Esegene. You love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.